Hello, I'm meteorologist Alexandra Cranford in the Pinpoint Forecast Center. Wanted to say hi and get you guys a quick update on what's going on with the tropics, which of course we're watching for some impacts on Tuesday night and Wednesday. And we are now under a tropical storm watch, as you can see, for our entire area, almost. North Shore spots, South Shore spots, New Orleans, our Mississippi coastal areas, everywhere shaded in pink under that tropical storm watch. So here's our tropical satellite, and just pointing out a couple of things. Of course, we've had rain the past several days, and so you can see that with this kind of weak wave that's moving over the northern Gulf here. This is moving off to our west, and so for that reason we may actually have a lull in the action on Labor Day a little bit. We'll still have scattered storms, but our rain chances will be just slightly lower at about 60%. And then of course here is the area that we're watching for the potential development in the next day or so. This is just an area of some thunderstorms and cloudiness, but it does look like it will probably try to get a bit better organized and strengthen a bit as it moves here, possibly right through the Florida Straits into the eastern northern part of the Gulf of Mexico by tomorrow. So notice that the forecast path from the National Hurricane Center has it as a tropical storm, probably just newly formed as a tropical storm sometime tomorrow, by tomorrow afternoon perhaps, entering the Gulf. And notice also that it is not a depression or storm yet. That's why we're calling it the potential tropical cyclone 7. That's the new terminology from the National Hurricane Center. They've put it into effect in the past couple of years, really just to designate an area that we can't call it a storm, we can't call it a depression yet because it hasn't formed, but it is going to be impacting land areas. So making it a potential tropical cyclone gives them a chance to make a forecast path and give people along coastlines kind of a heads up and put in watches and warnings into effect. So bottom line, you can see the path by Tuesday early morning. It might be off the coast of western Florida, heading on to the northwest. Right now, the National Hurricane Center has maximum winds maybe on Tuesday up to 60 miles per hour. But as we often say, the intensity forecast for the 60-mile-per-hour winds, that could be a little higher or a little lower by that point. So we will be watching that for possibly being a bit stronger or a bit weaker at that point. And then notice that it looks like late Wednesday, kind of overnight, or excuse me, late Tuesday, overnight into early Wednesday, that we'll see the landfall here in the southern part of Louisiana. So you can see possibly around Grand Isle for the center of the system. That's not set in stone. It could be a little bit farther to the east or west, but it looks like that will be the general idea late Tuesday night. So by Wednesday afternoon, the center of the storm may be around Baton Rouge, and it will be probably rapidly weakening by that point. The center by Shreveport on Thursday afternoon, and by that point probably just a depression. So here are the basic kind of bottom line headlines. It's a wave right now. It's forecast to strengthen probably within the next day or less to become possibly Tropical Storm Gordon. And we are under tropical storm watches for our area. So what to expect here in South Louisiana in our coastal Mississippi spots. Here's how it's looking right now. The time frame will be Tuesday night into Wednesday. So we're not expecting really many effects before that on your Labor Day or anything like that. It'll be late Tuesday and probably early Wednesday especially. Heavy rain looks like the biggest threat because our soils are already almost saturated, as we've had heavy rain in the area here and there in the past few days. So another possibly 3 to 5 inches could potentially cause some runoff or flash flooding issues. So we will be watching for that. Also higher than normal tides. Some people have been asking me exactly how much higher. It looks right now like maybe up to 2 feet, possibly on the higher end, closer to 3 feet. But that's not set in stone. We haven't had an advisory out or anything like that. I'm just kind of chatting with you here. It looks like those higher than normal tides that we have been seeing will probably continue at least through the middle of the week. And then also with a tropical storm, of course, there is the potential for some tropical storm force winds, which would likely maybe be up to 40, possibly up to 50 miles per hour. And also a few brief tornadoes are never out of the question when a tropical system makes landfall. So we will be watching for that Tuesday night into Wednesday too. So here's one model run. If you're curious what it looks like, this would be Monday at 4 p.m. And you can see this kind of spin up here off the coast of Florida. Then you can see the spin continuing. This is Tuesday at lunchtime. We will have some rain in the area during the day on Tuesday, but most of the action will be to our south at that point, probably nearing our coastline in the afternoon on Tuesday. And then this is Tuesday night, 10 p.m. You can see the model does have the center of circulation, that's little low pressure kind of closed up here, and some spiraling bands of rain at that point. And then 7 a.m. we may still be dealing with some heavy rain, and then this is Wednesday afternoon. It looks like by that point it really will be moving inland, and it's going to be driven that way, as we've been saying, from this high pressure area out to the northeast. So that's how it's looking right now. How much rain? Here's how we're looking with our European model. It has another inch or so through Tuesday evening, and then it really tacks on a lot Tuesday night and Wednesday, so that by Thursday morning we may have picked up 3 to 5, and it's saying actually almost close to 6 or so inches of rain for some spots. This is not set in stone. This is just to give you an idea of what we might see as far as the heavy rain potential goes. The GFS model, this is a different one, has about an inch through Tuesday evening, and then it only tacks on about an inch or so. But the GFS model is keeping a lot of the heavy rain just to the east of the area right now. So, you know, we'll have to see and kind of hammer out the details as we get closer. It may be one of those things where possibly some of the heavier rain doesn't fall right over you. But in general, we are anticipating the threat for some heavy rain Tuesday night into Wednesday. So that's really what we're looking at right now. If you're curious about our current radar scene, here's what we have going. I also wanted to show you that we have a coastal flood advisory that goes until tomorrow morning at this point. But this is the setup that we're expecting when we talk about higher than normal tides. This is the kind of same setup that we're seeing right now, that we're expecting midweek too, with these winds pushing up the waters along these coastal areas and making the water, you know, about 1 to 2 feet higher than normal. So on the North Shore, I've definitely noticed that. On the North Shore of Lake Pontchartrain, the water has been definitely high, like right at the docks or even above the docks lately. And so that's due to these persistent winds just keeping the water pushed up. So that will be possibly, you know, more of what we're seeing for the middle of the coming week as well. So again, let me just put up our local impacts that we're expecting. The time frame again is Tuesday night and Wednesday. It looks like most of this action will be finished with by Thursday. We will still have some rain in the forecast on Thursday, but really the tropical threat and the tropical system will probably have left the area by that point. So for right now, Tuesday night and Wednesday, heavy rain is probably the biggest concern, so that could cause some flash flooding. Wouldn't be surprised, of course, to see our area under flash flood watch eventually as we get closer to this time frame, because 3 to 5 inches, you know, if we do get that much in a period of, you know, 24, 36 hours or so, that is a lot of rain. So higher than normal tides as well, and then possible tropical storm force winds, and possibly, as we said, a few brief spin-up tornadoes as it makes landfall. So that's where I'll leave you for now. We will have more coming up on the Eyewitness News at 10 o'clock. We'll have lots more on social media, WWLTV.com. We'll have a lot more as well. Lots and lots of information on our app, and we will be keeping you updated. So take care, guys. This is what we have for now, and wish you the best. We'll be keeping you updated and talking soon. Thanks.